You just watched an interaction between Dr. Jenkins and his patient, Mr. Barker. In this scenario, we see two contrasting workplace communication styles. Dr. Jenkins is very abrasive. He's not really interested in listening to Mr. Barker. We know this because Dr. Jenkins is focused on his computer and doesn't look at Mr. Barker when they're speaking. Instead, Dr. Jenkins uses lots of jargon, things that are hard to understand, and by reading the nonverbals of Mr. Barker, we see that he's confused and doesn't feel like he is getting his questions answered. Now, pinpointing exactly what type of workplace communication style Mr. Barker has could be difficult, but through the process of deduction, we can figure out that he's not an entertainer. He's not somebody trying to overtake the conversation and tell stories. He has very pointed things he wants to come across. And he's not much of an analyst in this case. We don't see him trying to engage and diagnose his own symptoms. Instead, we can think that maybe he's a caretaker, that he wants to engage in a conversation with Dr. Jenkins. However, it's not meeting his needs. He's not being addressed by Dr. Jenkins. Take a moment to reflect on your own workplace communication style and how you would interact in this particular scenario. Speaking for myself at work, I prefer to work with people like Dr. Jenkins. Yes, they might be a little odd and they might have awkward interpersonal skills, but they are to the point and they tell me what I need to know. It helps me with my efficiency. On the other hand, I know that in my own practice, I'm more of a caretaker. I like to engage in conversation with people. I like to know what they're thinking, and I want to make sure that they feel valued in the conversation. Take a moment to reflect on your own workplace communication style. How would you respond in this situation?